BTC on the move again. Did they just front run a seriously hot zone? Today, I'm going to show you why I think there's a big move coming on BTC in the next couple of hours. Then I've got loads of setups for you guys on things like Doge today. I've got AVAX. I've got a couple of meme coins. I've got Moodeng as well. So there's so much going on here, guys. Things are pretty wild. It's been pretty choppy, but let's get right into this and let's deal with this stuff. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit that bell, hit the subscribe. I'm still waiting for Rainbow Ray. He's not here. I specifically requested the rainbow. We've got a different rainbow here. We got fucking Banter Bubbles, a nice little mix. Who's enjoying the chop? Who likes getting slapped around? I'm really thoroughly enjoying the experience at the moment. Right. This Popcat, okay, caught a little Popcat scalp earlier today, but now this thing is still ripping. So a little bit upset that I let this one go. But Popcat, one of the best performers today, as you can see. And a couple of meme coins. Look at this Mew there is a top right. That is cooking. Sui's in the game. But overall, I would say another miserable day in the markets, especially for the altcoin traders, especially the guys trying to chase a couple of things here, especially the WSOT competition guys. We're getting slapped around. And I'm going to show you that leaderboard at the moment. You can see the P&Ls, they're all getting rinsed at the moment. So there's lots happening. I see Stacks is starting to pump as well. Where is it? Why is it not on my screen here? Injective, well, we've got news on Injective today, guys. I'm talking through that chart, and I'm going to give you a strategy on how to play those types of pumps that you saw on Injective earlier today. I'm going to explain why it happened, and I'm going to tell you guys how to deal with it, especially if you are quick enough. I see Goodco got the WLD call that we dropped in Sniper Club today. I'm glad that one is ripping. And I see Richards also, he's talking about Aptos slapping me around. Guys, this Aptos was absolute torture. And I see Dunder Thunder lost 800 today. He's fighting back. Guys, I'm also down today. Just lots of little small stops, just trying to stay in the game because you know the feeling. Like we're trading this comp here and we know Bitcoin's in that type of mood where it wants to just start ripping or do something and you don't want to get left behind. So I feel your pain. I've been floating around just trying to grab a couple of positions. So let's talk BTC quickly. Let's see where we are. Well, before we do with that one, let's talk about this one. And look, we are not out of the woods just yet. You can see what's going on here with BTC. This is us on the 4 hour. And I was saying to the Sniper Club guys today, what I want to see hit for BTC is the 66K. Now, why do I think this is a big move? Well, we've got this trend that is a couple of hours away. It looks like we're going to hit this trend. If we carry on trending down, looks like we're going to hit this in the next couple of hours. And what does this mean for us? That tells us that we need some kind of hard reaction here on BTC. Now, I see they seem to have front run a little bit, but it doesn't mean they can't come back. What I'm looking for here is this dip into 66,200. For me, that's where I want a hard reaction on BTC. Otherwise, the bears are coming. And the reason the bears are coming is I've got a higher conviction zone lower down here, 64,800. That's my 382 fib. That's my anchored VWAP from the lows. These are my horizontals. Look at this nice little juicy zone over here. Wouldn't it be pleasant if they came and tapped that? But I can tell you what's going to happen if they do that. These alts are going to get smashed. Okay, they're going to get rinsed here. Dominance is pumping on the 15 minutes. I'm going to take you guys through that as well and just explain how that all works. But right now, to the downside, what we need to watch, 66,240 and then 64,800. Those are my hot zones now to the downside. Then you can see what's going on here. If we zoom in on the 1 hour, we might have some kind of short-term trend break on BTC. Let's take a look. That might give us a little bit of a push here, man, unless these guys are trying to play a couple of games with us here before they slap us back all the way back down. I mean, wouldn't that be picture perfect for another day of chop if they give us a little fake out here on BTC and then send us back to hell? Okay, so just look out for that. I'm sitting in a couple of positions here. I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to show you where we can manage some stops as well and things like that. So that is the current plan on BTC. If this breakout continues, my target to the upside, same story. We're looking at the 69 to 70K. That's what we want to see. I would expect some kind of reaction in that zone, but let's not discount a possible short squeeze if we do start pushing hard into that type of region. I think those market makers will have lots of fun if they get to that zone and they're going to start sending us a little bit higher. Now, let's see what all this action is about. So Eric Balkanous is talking about Bitcoin ETFs. They've crossed the $20 billion in total net flows, the most important number, most difficult metric to grow in the ETF world. You can see this for context. It took the gold ETFs 5 years to reach the same number. I mean, that's it's pretty incredible what is going on. And there's been a big push lately, and that's why there are signs that things could be turning a little bit bullish. We could be seeing some all-time highs a little bit quicker than we might expect. Now, I've also got another great tweet for you guys, but I've got to switch the screen. Ray, you must just let me know if you can hear this. I've got to do a little screen swap here, and I just want to show you something quite bullish for Bitcoin today. And I mean, I think it's quite relevant as to what is going on here at the moment. And if you are a crypto fan, and this is not a political show, I just want to remind everybody, but if you like your bags getting pumped, you obviously want Uncle Donald to win. And you can see there's a lot of stories going on Fox News at the moment with this 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗪 interview that happened today. And I think this sums it up pretty well.
Democrats voted. Donald Trump. And Donald Trump.
President Biden at a fundraiser debate stage.
Let's go back to Donald Trump.
You know, I don't know. They weren't happy. Okay, I don't think the Democrats were happy with the current situation as to what went down there. But I think things are starting to fall in favor of Donald Trump, and we know that this is relatively bullish for crypto, as we can see. So let's just get that screen back. There it is. Okay, so you know that's that, and a little bit bullish. And how's your October? 6.8% up. We are cooking again. Okay, and Dad with 3. What's going on here? What is going on here with this guy? This is a family show. So October, we are still looking good. And this was me basically in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the crypto degen dad, guys, I mean, there must be a couple of dads out there. Check this, the son. Dad, are you winning? No, pack up your stuff. I've just lost the house. I mean, that's basically how I was feeling. Bro, it's been a rough day, bro. It's been a rough day. Okay, so here's Checkmate. And he says new all-time high in Bitcoin futures open interest. So this is a warning bell for us, okay? 2 things. High leverage means higher likelihood of volatile shakeouts. Let's be aware of that. The bigger Bitcoin gets, the bigger this metric will be simply as a matter of scale. If you're long spot, be patient, don't FOMO. Pullbacks will happen. Guys, leverage traders, always be managing your risk. Watch your hot zones. Pay attention to these types of things. When there's lots of open interest, we know these guys come in flush. I want to remind everybody, when things are full bull market vibes, it's easy to get a 10-20% flush on these altcoins in no time and then pump it straight back up. I just want to remind everybody, so if you are doing well in your trading, when it starts kicking off again, make sure you are taking profits, you are putting into spot, you're doing these things, because they can come and take it away for you in a couple of minutes and send it straight back up to where you were, and you will be bagless if they are doing that. Now, in the States today, we had a little bit of jobless claims, and it came out exactly as estimated. So nothing too serious going on there. And the S&P, look at this thing. All-time highs in play again, and this thing is just churning higher. So my target is still locked on here for the S&P 6,000, and again, not expecting a straight line, but we could see, you know, a lot of chop along the way. But 6,000 for me is the next zone, and that is my target for my prime XBT long on the S&P 500. Now remember, guys, you can trade crypto and all these things on prime XBT, but you can do the S&P 500. Look on the list here on the right. You can trade gold, aluminium, crude, copper. There's a whole list for you guys, and Forex as well. So there's a lot going on. This is my prime XBT long on the S&P 500. So just cruising in this one at the moment. No need to actually change the current situation. Now, this is my high. What do we call this? High conviction trade. Okay, on BTC. So I'm holding on to this thing, and they must fight me for this. So I've got this one on ZoomX. I'm trading this on ZoomX. You can see my average entry here is $62,000. No changes here. If we get a squeeze, yes, I'm going to take some profit there. If we get a pullback, then I'm buying some more on that big level that I spoke to you about, that 64,800. I'm going to be adding some BTC over there. But right now, my ZoomX trade is cooking, and all is well from the Bitcoin front for the higher conviction play, the bigger picture move. Now, the spot, I mean, the high leverage stuff and the choppy stuff, well, that is another story that we're going to talk about today. Now, you know, we are in the WSOT, World Series of Trading, but ZoomX have just come out again, and they said they want to fire off another ZoomX competition. Now, remember how much fun we had in the last ZoomX competition. We're going to do it again, and I'm going to make sure that we're going to get some prizes for the people in my team once again. So remember, the last top three, they got $1,000, $600, and $400 for finishing in the top three of my squad. So please sign up to the link in ZoomX. There's no KYC for this. It's a great exchange to trade from. You can see I have a ton of fun in this thing, and join me in this competition. So this thing is going to kick off pretty soon. Let's get cracking, guys. And again, I will create a new channel in the Sniper Club as well. So we'll have the ByBit competition channel, and we'll have the ZoomX challenge channel as well. And we're going to get cooking in there. So remember, guys, join it. If you're in Sniper Club, even better, you'll get access to setups that I'm dropping in there for you guys. So something to look forward to. Remember, everything I talk about here is in the link in the show description. You can join me, all of the stuff there. Sniper Club's there, even Sniper School is in there for you guys. So just take a look at what is going on there in that link below. Okay, now let's talk about mooning. And I'm not talking about dirty mooning. I'm not talking about Bitcoin mooning. I'm talking about mooning. Now, it is that time of the month, and where we need to pull out the moons. And remember, if you guys were floating around, we had a bearish moon come out to play early October, if you guys remember the story. And we had an 8 out of 9 hit rate on the bearish moons that came out. And that thing dumped us for early October. So that started playing out. Now we've got a new moon print, and it's called the waning moon. Okay, so I call it the bull moon, but it's actually called the waning moon. And this one has got a 7 out of 9 hit rate on the waning moon. What did I say? I said this year, but the best results generally came if the moon printed while BTC was actually pulling back. So I drew a nice little chart here on Twitter for you guys. So follow me at the Lord of Entry. I said the 2 occasions that it went lower, the dips on Bitcoin were pretty severe. They were like 15 or 16%. And I can tell you what, if Bitcoin's going to dump 15%, these alts are going to get shredded. They're going to get sent to zero. They're going to drop 25, 30, 40%, those type of things. So let's hope that we are not going to get the negative result, but 7 out of 9 hit rate, those are pretty good odds, Ray. I wonder if Ray agrees with me. And you can see here's this nice little chart that I've drawn for you guys. And put a lot of effort into this chart, guys. Hope you're hitting that like button. I really did my homework today. I really made it very pretty for you guys. I even changed the colors. And this is what we got. So you can see all the stats here. So 7 out of 9 hit rate. But you know, what's the most important thing for me right now is that you can see at the top of this trend here. Let's just highlight that for you. I want to just remove some of these percentages. You can see we've got major trend pressure here at the top. So all we need is a solid pop of this zone, then that retest, then we are on. The bulls are on. We're going to be riding this major trend up again, and this bullhorn is not going to stop. It's going to be absolutely savage, the amount of bullhorning I'm going to be pulling out for you guys. So let's hope to the upside we get that push. Let's hope that this moon is going to play out for us. But look, okay, let's just be safe. Okay, let's be safe. Okay, so that is that. You can see our trend break is on BTC for now. Now, the important thing you need to do, especially in days like today, and I remind you again, okay, days like today, we really need to pay attention to Bitcoin dominance, okay? Especially if you are trading altcoins. This is the thing. And I was feeling your pain today. I was in your pain today if you guys were trading altcoins. So the first thing you want to do when things are super choppy like this, bang out the dominance, and you can see what's going on. Now, the most important time to be looking at dominance is when Bitcoin is actually falling over. Now, today, we had a little bit of downside in dominance. This is dominance on the 15 minutes. And you can see these alts were feeling extreme pain while Bitcoin was dumping. Then at some point we had a relief on dominance. Now you will note, if you were watching earlier today, when we had this relief on dominance, Bitcoin was printing new lows on the 15 minutes. The alts were holding or printing higher lows on the 15 minutes. Then we had this Bitcoin pump. So there was a sign there that we needed to just hang on to some of these altcoins, and then we might have got some kind of push. Now dominance is climbing again, but remember, we are okay with that as long as Bitcoin is going up. So the trick comes when Bitcoin falls over. That is where we start feeling the pain. That is where we need that dominance to drop for us when Bitcoin is falling over. That helps our altcoins. So just an important lesson again today. If you were trading alts, I just want to reiterate this. Bitcoin, new lows on the 15 minutes. Alts were trying to hold new highs, or not new highs. Alts were printing higher lows on the 15 minutes. That often is a sign for you guys, and that is something that you can watch when you are scalping and when you are being an absolute degen like I was today. Messy though, very messy. Okay, no changes to our altcoin market, even though we are feeling pain and chop. No actual changes to the current situation. This is us on the weekly break, retest. We're still bullish. We can't be bearish yet. Okay, we've got a nice trend as well in play. So we can't exactly be bearish on this thing. And that bull is so horny that it started. What did he say there? What is going on here? And Anka wants to show that bull so horny that it started fuck with every trader. Correct. Okay, and now I see all this drama with stacks. Ray, what's going on with stacks, bro? Talk to me.
I had the short, I guess because I closed my high leverage short, it pumped. So
okay, I want to look at stacks because maybe there's an opportunity here. Okay, so we're gonna look at stacks.
Short
Ray, will you look? Okay, will you just start digging around? I'm going to bang out that stacks chart in a sec. Okay, guys, let's get cracking into some of the important stuff. Okay, ETH, no changes, absolute boring piece of shit, basically, but no changes. 2,500, 2,450. That is what we're watching. When ETH BTC eventually bottoms on the weekly chart, which we can see it's about to. Okay, it's looking like it's there. Then we get the rocket. Right now, this is resistance for us. 2,600, 2,700. That's our danger zone. Okay, until we break through that type of region, we're playing it safe. Okay, and if we do get a pullback on BTC, no changes to yesterday's targets. We're looking for bounces in these hot zones. It depends how severe that pullback is on BTC, but that is really what you guys are going to be watching. Now, the big dog Sol, another amazing response, okay, of our 150 region for Sol. This is our 382. This is our 200-day MA. This is our horizontal in place. So Sol, so far, so good. Okay, this thing has fallen down. You can see the Bitcoin pump is a little bit better than the Sol pump, but at least it's holding its support for now. So you can still use this if you're sitting in positions. This is called a major support zone. Okay, this is one of my major support zones. So if we start closing under this 150 region, then it tells us we're moving on to zone number 2. That's going to be 145, 144, that type of region. That is going to be your next big bounce zone that you're going to look for. So remember the drill. When we drop into these big bounce zones, especially the first time, maybe the second time, we often get great reactions off those regions. Maybe the third or fourth time, then they start ending you and sending you a little bit lower. But that is typically what you want to watch. So Sol, no changes here for Sol. 150, 144, 145. Those are the hot zones that you need to watch now until proven otherwise. Now, I've got CAS for you guys because I've seen that thing looks like absolute rubbish at the moment. And I thought, let's deal with it because we haven't spoken about CAS in quite a long time. So let's bang this one out and just see what is going on. And CAS has finally dropped into a hot zone here. And it's taken a lot of time. Now, I'm using MDX Algo at the moment, and you can see what is going on. So I use this as a guide for me to show me the trend. I use it to show me when things could possibly be reversing. So you can see MDX Algo is still actually in the current sell trend that they printed. They've given us 2 TP. So TP1, TP2 has already flashed. And look, we can see TP3 and these types of things, but this also tells us that we are pushing into potential reversal zones. And if I tie that in with the RSI, you can see this RSI here at the bottom, and this is the 12-hour RSI as an example. Look how bottomed out this thing is at the moment. Looks like we've got some kind of divergence as well. You can see that RSI is printing a little bit higher. You can see that. You can see the price action is printing lower. That often tells us that we may get a pump. Okay, we may get a move higher. So I'm going to leave this information with you guys. Okay, and let me just take MDX Algo off there. And what you can do with this information is you can sniff around in a hot zone like this. This is one of my typical hot zones that we like to play at. And why is this a hot zone for me? Well, I've got the 786 in play, I've got my horizontals in play, and I've got my rising trend in play. So this would be considered hot zone number 1. This is a major rising trend. I just want to zoom out here so you guys can get perspective as to what type of trend we are dealing with here on CAS. Okay, look at that. Might give us a little bounce here. Now, CAS has been doing its own thing while Bitcoin has been pumping, while Bitcoin has been dumping. It's kind of minded its own business. So I expect maybe CAS to just continue doing its own thing. So I'd look for a bounce here on CAS, to be fair. I think we're going to get some kind of move off this region. And it's the safest way that you can play it is to look for a potential stop under these candle lows. So I'm going to give you a potential stop zone here for you guys at the moment. Okay, and the reason I'm not taking this right now, okay, is because I'm in too many positions on the WSOT. Okay, so I'm going to show you my positions right now. And your risk at the moment, if you're dropping your stop there, your risk is 3%, give or take. Okay, so just play it safe. Maybe another visit to those lows, a small ladder in your position. Then you're going to dial in. Remember, you can dial into the 1 hour and you want to look for some kind of structure. There we go. You can see there's a little bit of a vibe forming at the moment. And we've got a little trend that you can play with. Look at that. Okay, there's a trend for you guys. So what you can do, just look for these little dips into these lows. At some point, I would expect a liquidity hunt. So look out for the stop hunt. Look out for that little move. And then a little send higher up. Okay, that's your safest play there on CAS. And I mean, if you look at this 1 hour RSI as well, I mean, look how heavily oversold this thing is. Now it's starting to turn up. Okay, so it could be a short-term little move coming here. For CAS, Marky Mark wants me to talk bearish. Bro, come on, bro. Come on. Okay, so guys, you get the drill. Potentially something happening here on CAS. Play it safe. Your risk is about 3%. Now, WSOT, tough day. Okay, guys, tough day at the office. Me and Ray were just talking offline. I mean, we were both having a tough day, and we were like, these type of situations, you actually need to sit back. And I was trying to say to Ray, well, we're trying to manage this WSOT because we want to win this thing. Okay, we want to finish like top 5. We want to win this thing, and I don't want to get left behind if there's a market pump. So I'm fishing. I'm lots of fishing at the moment. You can see I'm now coming 17th, and I see somebody's hit 944% here. The guy coming second. I don't know what is going on there. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Eh? We still got, he's probably traded Popcat, that guy. We still got DJ David, our Sniper Club secret weapon. He's coming 6th at the moment. He's got 207%. I'm 184% P&L. But if you go through the list, you can see the guys got rinsed. Okay, look at this list here. Look at these P&Ls. They're shocking. And I mean, there's me, 196% now. So the market's obviously pumping. But look at the average P&L here on page 2. 30%, 60%. There's been chop all day long. The guys are getting rinsed. So if you are getting rinsed, you are absolutely not alone. Okay, there's 800 people in this WSOT. Let's go to page 5. Let's go to page 7. Let's see where the things start turning flat and negative here. It gets
I wish the likes were like this. Hold on. I wish we could go through pages of likes. So can we smash the likes, guys? Seriously. Come on.
Ray, you need to bring out the rainbow, bro. Just if you bring the rainbow, you know, Ray. Everyone loves the rainbow. Okay, so basic. In summary, basic vintage. Okay, but when this thing kicks off again, we pump. We're gonna add to positions, and we're gonna push this thing very hard. So here is my current disgusting situation for the second day in a row on the WSOT. I've got bonk again. I got stopped out on bonk yesterday. Who enjoyed that bonk sell-off? I didn't. Okay, I took a beating there on my WSOT account. Look, he's back. There he is. There, Teletubbies, he's back. Okay, so there, I took a beating on that bonk, and I'm going to show you why I've had a little scalp here again. I'm going to show you my exit zone and my exit plan if bonk fails here. I'm going to give you that setup. You can see it's still early. Then I grab Moodeng. Okay, I mean, this is the filthiest level of degeneracy that I can actually do. I'm actually embarrassed. Okay, I don't even have a solid level on this Moodeng. I've turned into a full degen at the moment. I'm going to take you through the Moodeng chart as well. I'm going to show you some interesting zones. I just thought there could be a little move coming here on this thing. So I scalped that one. I'm in a tiny Moodeng position. You can see I'm in Brett as well, and I'm in Peppy, and I've got AVAX running here at the moment. So yeah, if they all reverse, I'm going back to 160%. If they all pump, we're going back to 200 something, and we're back on that leaderboard. So we're going to see how we go. So first one, AVAX. This is important, guys. And this was one of the trades that we were talking about in Sniper Club today. We've been scalping around on this thing, and I've now zoomed out, okay, to look at the bigger picture play. And I just want to see what are my options here. If this AVAX fails, okay, so this is how I'm looking at things. I'm in a couple of these scalps now at the moment. If they fail, I need to understand where's my next zone. Where am I getting this thing next for the recovery bounce or for the recovery play? So AVAX, number one, I've got a couple of hot zones for you guys. So the first area of interest now, if AVAX fails, if we reverse now on AVAX, 26.8. This is interesting to me on the 4 hour because I've got major support here to the left-hand side. You can see from September, this was support for us, okay? Then we had a fake out, and then it became resistance again, okay? So now we've broken up. Now we're looking for a typical retest of this zone. So backup zone number one for AVAX, 26.87. Now, this is where it gets interesting, okay? I've got a bigger 618 pool, and I've also got a major daily levels taken from levels back in 2021 from AVAX that tie into this red dotted line that you can see here, 26.3. I've also got my anchored VWAP. You know this thing is an absolute weapon for me. And I've got a 618 from a bigger pool. So we've got an incredibly hot zone here at 26.3 for AVAX. Okay, so watch out here, 26.3 on AVAX. That is your next backup zone. So it's 26.8, 26.3. How do you want to play that? Again, if you absolute degen vibes and stuff like that, you're using high leverage, well, then you got to play each little zone, a little step at a time there. If you're happy to load up a trade, you can see we've got a macro trend in play as well, holding up this 26 zone, this 26.3 region. You can see that that trend pool is all the way from the 8th or the 7th of September lows. Okay, so that would also make sense. If it's going to hold that trend, I would expect some kind of bounce in that region. So as long as you guys are covered on AVAX, as long as you've got a backup plan, that is it for you. And remember, these charts that you see here, they go into Sniper Club after the show. So you can just do that. And again, watch the show again for context. You don't want to just look at a chart with all these squiggles on and not understand what it's about. So just make sure you are watching the show as well. Then the other one, Bonk, and bigger picture on Bonk. So bigger picture, all is well. Okay, so if you were high leverage trading and had tight stops and things like that, like I had earlier today, you got chopped up. But then what do? Sit back, take a big look back and say, where am I on the bigger picture with Bonk? And right now you can see we are still trying to reclaim our 200-day moving average. We are holding our 382 fib pool from the highs. We had a beautiful pump yesterday on Bonk, giving it all back. Okay, here we are back at our entry basically, and 382 200-day MA, that is now still in play for us as support on Bonk. So always zoom out again, get the bigger picture as to what is going on. Then you can zoom in and say, okay, tinier time frames, what am I looking at here? And you can see why I looked for that Bonk position there, that little Bonk bounce. We had 786. We had anchored VWAP here in play as well. This is our anchored VWAP from early October. So you can see we are reacting in that region. We've also got horizontals in play here in that type of zone. Okay, so that is why I had another crack at this Bonk looking for the bounce. Now, what do we want to see? We want to see a nice clean bounce here and push through that previous horizontal that we broke through yesterday. That would be relatively bullish then on Bonk, and then we are kicking on. So right now, if you are trading Bonk, your best support that you can use, 0.02248 is what you want to watch. And then I do have this other anchored VWAP at 2222. Okay, so watch those zones. That should hold the trend as well. And if it's going to remain bullish, then we want it to hold that trend. So there are your levels there on Bonk. If you want to have a crack on this one, take a look. And yeah, just play safe, okay? It's been a hell of a choppy couple of days. Let's update on Brett as well. And this thing has been also pretty choppy again. So Brett, bigger picture. I gave you the bigger picture setup yesterday. All is well from the bigger time frame. That thing looks great. Now I've dialed in here for you guys to just give you a little picture as to what is happening. And you can see I'm using 𝗎𝗎𝗟𝗍 at the moment. And I've been playing around with the daily pivots today, using it as support and resistance. You can see we had support on the daily pivot. We rejected at the daily pivot highs there. Then we fell over. Okay, what did we bounce off? The daily pivot lows. It was also a liquidity hunt here, taking out some of the stops. Then they sent it back up. Now, what's very important for me on Brett, and I'm in that Brett position still on that ByBit account, and I'm looking for Brett to now hold the daily pivot. We really need to hold this daily pivot. We really need to break above that anchored VWAP. When we do, that turns bullish for me. Then we can start pressing on Brett. But right now you can see it's a tiny little breakout. It's not a breakout that you want to get aggressive on. This is a breakout you want to be super cautious on right now. We need a strong move. We want to see a very strong push here. That's the buy for us. That's the add-on zone that we want to look at. Then we send that one higher. Right now, your best stop is got to be under the lows from today. And you got to work out that risk. So if you are trying to play it now, your risk factor is about 3.7%. So it's a little bit of a danger zone here at the moment. Oh, Ray, we still haven't looked at stacks. Okay, we're going to deal with that just now. So guys, in summary, this is Brett on the 1 hour. You want a hard push here. You want a hard break. Okay, I wouldn't trade this right here. You want a hard break first. You want to make sure that this thing is going to turn aggressive for us. But I do like this daily pivot from 𝗎𝗎𝗟𝗍 here in the middle. I do like this anchored VWAP. I want to get above that. Then we can start pushing a little bit higher. So that is your game plan there. Your lows, 0.1005. That is what you're going to be watching. That is your safest one. Can we have some up only, please, James? I agree. I concur. Ray, do you concur? Ray, that's quite a chest you got out there, bro. It's quite a chest he's got out today. Deep V recovery. I see raise the chest man today. DB8, agree. It is fully squeaky bum time. Now, let's talk Doge. Okay, let's talk Doge. I think I've got an entry coming for Doge, and this is the current game plan. So we touched on this one. I was supposed to give you Doge yesterday, guys, and I'm sorry. I had to rush off to that other stream that we were on. So just want to recap where we are. Doge on the daily, you can see massive rejection zone, 200-day moving average, 786 horizontals, higher time frame, big pull. We know that's a big zone. Okay, we know that's a danger zone for anything. So right now you can see we got our rejection there on Doge, and as it's doing, it's rejecting. You can see we've got a potential double top in play, so that is not a good look at the moment either. And bigger picture, that tells us things could be a little bit bearish. Now, bigger picture, how does that change? It changes with a candle close for me above the 200-day moving average. When we get that candle close above there, then we're sending it to these next two zones that I've marked on the chart. They are 13,138 and 143. So that is your potential upside move, but you've got to blow through your resistance here at 129. That's your 200-day MA. Now, I've zoomed into Doge on a smaller time frame to give you guys a hot entry. And if we are going to get a dip in the market, I'm looking for a little move lower, just like I've shown you with AVAX. And I mean, look at this thing. This is so beautiful. Look at that 200-day moving average. Thank you so much. Do you need anything else in your life other than the 200-day MA, 50-day MA, sometimes the 100-day? I mean, really, look at this. Okay, so Doge, what have I got here for you? I've got an anchored VWAP. I've got the horizontals in play. Absolute bangers here. I've got a 382 as well. This thing looks like it wants to come down, bang into this type of region here. That is what I'm looking at for Doge for a potential long. So you need to sit back and let this thing play out today, especially the Americans. It will probably happen while I'm asleep. So I'll most likely miss the entry. You guys seem to get all the fun with that Asian session. And I'm always sleeping when that Asian session is on. It's from 2 a.m. my time to, I don't know, about 8 or 9 or whatever it is. And yeah, it's always, we always miss the fun. Okay, so Doge, 0.119. That is a hot zone for me. You can see why it makes sense. I've got the trend, 382, horizontal, VWAP. It's there. Okay, that is a banger for me on Doge. So watch out there. That's going to be a nice little reaction area. And then same game plan as usual. If you start losing these areas, risk management, risk management, risk management. Okay, make sure you are cutting, because if we start closing under here, then you're moving back to the 112 zone where we most likely get another great reaction off that area, 112. Okay, very simple game plan on Doge. Good luck out there. Then Ledger. Now, this is the thing. Now, I've been having so much fun telling you about my tiny, thin package, okay? That is so tiny and thin. But there's actually way more to this thing. This is a touchscreen Ledger that I want to talk to you about, because I got to tell you the security features on this. Now, Ledger have partnered with Banter, and they're giving you, if you buy this Ledger Flex with a link in the description, they're going to give you $50 worth of Bitcoin loaded on to this Ledger. Now, let me get you this critical information on Ledger. Okay, it includes Bluetooth pairing with your mobile and laptop. I actually didn't know that. Okay, that's pretty good. Offers 2FA replacement. Okay, you can use your Ledger Flex to securely store your passwords, unlock apps and accounts by holding your Flex. That is pretty cool, to be fair. Cold storage protection, Ledger Wallet, store your crypto offline. Cool. Supports multiple cryptocurrencies. I hope so. Open source transparency, clear signing of some transactions, verify what you see is what you sign. Guys, it's safe. Okay, it's a proper thing. Okay, so if you're interested in this tiny thin package of mine, okay, and I'm not talking about I'm talking about this. Don't be like that. Then there's a link in the show description for you guys. Like I said, everything for you is under the show. Okay, just grab it all there for you, Calvin. Bless me with that package, bro. I'll give you my package any day. Okay, let's go. Let's start.
Seems like we need to get you the rainbow background. Hold on.
Ray, why are you looking at my package, bro? Stop it. Okay, let's go. Upbit listings. Let's talk Upbit listings. Let's tell you guys how to plan these things. Now, the thing with Upbit listings is it's quite a closely kept secret. Okay, they're very strict there. So there's hardly any insider trading and things like that from what I understand. If you're insider trading there in Korea, you're going to get yourself in more than jail. Okay, shit goes down. Okay, so they're very sensitive to these things. And then you get random Upbit listings. Now, we've seen this over the years. These things happen. And when you get an Upbit listing like on Injective today, the typical move is an extreme pump that they give you. And we've seen it so many times these things reject at the most common rejection zones, whether it's a macro 618 pool, whether it's a weekly resistance level, whether it's a 200-day moving average, it's the same pattern every single time. And I mean, I'm yet to see it where it doesn't play out in these big areas where you get these massive pumps and then these big sells. So no different to Injective today. If you guys were trying to chase the Injective pump, hopefully you didn't. And I was saying these Upbit listings all have the same playbook, pumps into major zones, hard rejections, guys. This is all on Twitter for you guys as well. And that information is there. Just follow me at the Lord of Entry. So let's talk Injective. Let's actually take a look at this thing. And what I've done here for you guys on Injective is I've banged out a couple of charts. Here's Injective on the daily, just to show you, give you a perspective as to where we are. We identified this region as a danger zone previously. We also identified this guy as a danger zone. And you can see we've rejected off it once before. Then the Upbit listing came, absolute send. Where did they reject it? 786 trend, horizontal, 200-day MA. It's like clockwork, this stuff. So now you can dial in and see what happens here with Injective. And you can see what it bounced off as well. They were bleeding this thing down. Look what it bounced off. 786, anchored VWAP, horizontals, pop. Okay, big explosion there as it dipped into that zone. Now, what you can do, okay, if there is now a big push in the market, they most likely are going to come and take out some of the liquidity of this fake pump. Okay, we know this is a fake pump. So if there's a hard push now on Injective, look out for a move to try and take out some of that candle, then send it down again. Now, we don't know how deep down it's going to go, but I suspect if they send it up again, there's going to be a liquidity hunt at the top there. Then they're going to send it back down. Okay, so there's a potential short setup for the second visit if you are interested in that. At around about 23 to about 23.4, somewhere in that region. I would expect it, if they send it up there, I would expect some kind of rejection in that zone. So there's a possible short opportunity there for you guys brewing on Injective if you are that way inclined. And if we are looking for a potential bounce region, well, you can see what happened today. We pumped up, we've now dropped down. What did we hit? 786 play on this horrible candle. I mean, that's ridiculous. Horizontals. Okay, nice little support buy here on that 786. So if you're playing Injective right now, 21 is your number. That is your support you want to see hold. If we're losing that thing, then we're coming all the way back to 20.2. We're going to repeat that whole story. We're going to look for a bounce in that type of region. So 21 is what you need to know right now for Injective. Lower down, 20.2. That is really all you need to know about it. Okay, now I've got a couple of gaming tokens, and I don't talk enough gaming tokens. And for those of you that want them, well, now you've got a shot. I've got 2 gaming tokens for you, and I thought let's talk about the first one. This is Ronin Games and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗔𝗡. Okay, he's clearly a Ronin game fan. Okay, he says Ronin will skyrocket in the bull market. As we prepare for the next bull market, he's going to give you a whole thread as to why this is a banger. Okay, now we've heard a lot of good things about Ronin Games from 𝗏𝗏. He's our gaming man at Banter. You can follow him on YouTube as well. He's got his own channel, 𝗏𝗏pedia, I believe it is, on the YouTube, and you can follow him. But this guy 𝗍𝗏𝗏𝗏, he's given you a whole thread as to why this Ronin could be interesting. So if you're interested into gaming and the gaming tokens, take a look what this man has to say. It could be helpful for you. And then I thought, well, let's pull out the Ronin chart. It seems to be doing its own dance at the moment. And this is Ronin on the weekly. So I just wanted to highlight, if he thinks this thing's going to go to the moon, cool. Where can it go realistically? Where do we want to see this thing go, in a perfect world, if in a perfect bull market? So what we do is we just highlight a couple of hot zones. We highlight a couple of targets for this Ronin. So I just wanted to give you guys a few upside plays for a bull market pump. 2.4. Okay, that's a hot zone for me. Look at this banger resistance here. Look at that weekly and as well, the 200-day. So 2.4, and then another target up here, 3.26 is another hot zone for Ronin. So if you do get a pump out of this thing, if this is part of your spot bags, those type of things, those are your danger zones. That is what you're looking at. And where is a great entry for me? It's got to be round about this 1.3 region. And then you're looking at some big moves. That's 90%, that's 150%, and that's 189%. So there's some big moves here potentially on Ronin and that gaming market. And you can see what happened here. This all happened last year. So exactly a year ago, we started here at the depths of hell. In October, we were max bearish. Life was horrible. And then what? Life became good again. Very exciting. And that is what happened in the space of a few months leading into March. And if we have a similar result, leading now into early March next year, maybe we're going to see some kind of upside here on Ronin. I wouldn't count it against it, put it that way. Okay, so if you're looking for a bit of a gaming play, this could be one for you. 1.3 is what you're looking at. Looks like a nice little buy zone there. And spot buyers, look, you can DCA in those type of things on these good zones. And if you're trading, you're trading a bit more aggressively, 1.3, that's your best entry that I can give you with some great upside targets. So that's a nice one. And then another one that we've often spoken about as well is Nakamoto Games. And I just wanted to highlight this guy as well. Notable to me, this is it on the daily, and it's holding a couple of key levels. So if you're looking to get a piece of this Nakamoto, and just to remind you guys, look at this. Look at this. Okay, this is insane. Okay, what this thing can do. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen again, but this was us this year. Okay, January 24. Look at that. January, February 24, pumpage. Where were we a year ago? Roundabout here. Okay, October, pumpage. Now, if that's going to play out, I've got two regions for you of interest that could be good for you guys. And Agent Archer says, Injective is the next Luna. Guys, don't talk to me about Luna. Don't ruin my day. I don't remember that thing. Okay, so what we can see at Nakamoto Games, two big DCA zones, two levels of support that you guys can watch, two levels if you're looking to buy into this project, if you're looking for some hot zones, 1.02, 0.9, both of these for me should give you some kind of big bounce here out of this token. So this is now the daily chart that we're looking at. So if you do pick it up down here at these lows, then you're already off to the races. There's a 15% bounce off that 0.9 level. And then a little bit higher up, yes, we can pump this thing and see how high this thing can go. Let's just take a look at some potential target options for you guys. And I'm not going to play it from those highs there. We're going to be reasonable. Okay, we're not going to be moonish here. We're going to take a look. We're going to do this. We're going to take some fibs from the highs here. Okay. And we're going to say 1.3 looks pretty reasonable to me as a starting point here. If we do get some kind of pump, that's 26%. Then we can take out those highs. That's about 46%. After that, it's anybody's guess as to where this thing can go. And you can see these levels. And I mean, yeah, an interesting one for me. Take a look at these levels here. Look at that guy. Okay, 1.76. Nice little zone there as well on Nakamoto. So if you're interested in some of these gaming plays, it could be nice, some nice levels here. And Matt, bro, come on. Please stop swearing here. He's talking about XRP. Okay, let's talk Ondo. So I've added to my Ondo position on 𝗬𝗥 at the moment, and you can see it's now almost $17,000. So we're going to get a bounce. We're playing this hot zone here as it is. Okay, so I just want to show you what happened here today on Ondo, and we've dropped into our 618 zone, we've dropped into our horizontal, we dropped into our anchored VWAP, nice little area, regulation, bounce zone for me. I've also got MDX Algo, Trend Master here at the bottom, look at that, starting to turn up, starting to get hot. On the 1 hour, that is starting to shape up. Now, the last time we had MDX Algo Trend Master start turning like that, look what happened here. We had a dip into that zone and we started swinging higher. Now, again, no guarantees, but what you can see, hot zone here. We've just had our yellow print. Okay, our yellow dot got printed there. Now we want to see if we can push this thing a little bit higher. And look at the cash flow band as well. That was red at that stage as well. It's red at this stage as well. Yes, okay, so maybe short-term bounce coming here on Ondo. What I can give you for the time being is, my trade, if we lose those levels, I'm jumping out. And I'll be exiting that position. So it will be in profit, but we're going to be around about 0.7. If we start closing under that, I'm jumping out of Ondo. I'm going to relook at Ondo then a little bit lower down. 0.68 is where I will go to next. So hopefully this thing is now going to pump for us. What you can do, pull out a trend. Bang. And now you've got something to work with at the moment. So again, you want to see a hard push here from Ondo. This is not a convincing break. You can see we've got resistance on the anchored VWAP. Look at that big resistance band here now. So we really want to clear that. We want a strong push now. So what you want to see on Ondo is a hard push up. Okay, most likely that rejection there, then we can go again. And that is now the ideal situation. Your big support is 0.71 to 0.705, somewhere in that region. And hopefully that is it now. Hopefully this thing will start cooking and we can send that one a little bit higher. Now, just a reminder, 𝗬𝗥, there's 1 week left on 𝗬𝗥. They're giving you free money. Okay, if you send $100 or whatever you're trading with in your 𝗬𝗥 account, just make sure it's $100 or more. They're giving 100 people who have signed up to the link that have traded $10,000 in volume. They're giving you $100 future bonus. Okay, the information is here for you guys underneath. 100 users get selected for the futures bonus. If there's only 100 signups on this link, you're all getting one. Okay, it's as simple as that. So that link is there in the description for you guys. Okay, now let's talk meme coins. Mooding. And Ramesh says, exiting is for losers, bro. I'm going to ride it to zero. What is he sending to zero here, right? What is this DGen sending to zero? Do we know? Are they having fat chats here in the chat? Let's see. The Ondo trade straight to zero. Let's see what else we got. I see Stefan's in the chat here. He wants a TP for WLD. We'll check now. Let's see what else we got. Ramesh, what's going on here with Rich? John says he wants to Bluetooth connect with Gabby. Jesus. Jonathan, come on, bro. And I see Zweleti says, Injective ejected me. He's still feeling salty that he get rinsed on that one. What else is going on? There's lots of firecrackers here for Injective. You guys are loving this fake Injective pump. Guys, just be careful, okay? It could be a short coming up for you guys. Who else is here? Just talk to me, people. Talk to me quickly. Ramesh is talking about Casper. Prime Trading says he's confused. You're not alone, okay? It's choppy out there. For the altcoin traders, it's a mess. For the high conviction, long-term players, spot traders, things like that, it's quite chill. But for us DGens, it's definitely a story. And George reminding everybody to smash some likes. And let's see what else we got going on. John says, what the fuck is going on? John, watch the show, bro. You got everything. Everything is here. And Bogdan's also here. Okay, guys, let's talk meme coins. Now we're getting to the filth. Okay, and I just thought this chart was so disgustingly oversold. Okay, and one of the guys here that works at Banter came into my office. He's like, bro, you got to look at this mooding. You got to look at this mooding. I'm taking it. I'm logging it. So I took a look at it, and yeah, there it is. Okay, 65,000 followers, mooding fan page. This thing. Okay, so it's mooding on Sol. But what you can do is you can get this thing on regular exchanges. These are the exchanges, okay? ByBit, BitMEX, Gate, everything's there, okay? There's tons of liquidity. It's obviously a thing. And this thing has been sold to death. Okay, this thing is getting rinsed at the moment, and it's dropping into actually quite a hot zone. If we have to be totally honest with ourselves, it's moving into an interesting zone. This little sell-off that we've got here at the moment could be leading into a bigger play here at 0.058. Okay, 0.058 could be where there's a little bit of action. So let this thing carry on selling. You know what happens here? They list these things on exchanges. Everyone loses interest. They sell out. And then this thing wakes up again at some point. So I just want to give you guys the bigger picture here. There could be something brewing, okay? If you're a filthy DGen and you're trying to scalp it on 15 minutes, yes, use the candle lows as your exit plan. Use the candle lows to cut, okay? But the bigger picture, you can see where this thing wants to go. It's like a big magnet here, down to the 0.06 to 0.056, somewhere in that region. This is best for spot, okay? And then if this thing does start kicking off again, then it will start ripping. You can see this 8-hour oscillator here, also heavily oversold here. At some point, we're going to get some kind of move. You know, you can see they give you these types of move in the market. Let's see what we can get out of this guy. Let's just see the size of these previous ones here. Okay, you see, that's a 76%. That's a 43%. So look, it's there. Okay, let's see. And Fahad, bro, I feel you. It's been pain, bro. It's like absolute chop, up down. The minute you think you've got something going and you've added to your position, what do? They turn it over and they stop you out, maybe at a small loss. And you're like, oh fuck, okay, we try again. You go again. What do? They come back for you. This chop it's difficult, guys. It's really it's not easy at the moment. So you really just need to just make sure you survive. Okay, make sure you survive for when the real action starts. That's really what we need to really be watching for. Okay, guys, that is me. I'm done. It's a wrap. I'm back on Friday, tomorrow, and hopefully we get that big move we wanted out of BTC. You guys have got some great entry potentials now. You got some great levels. Oh, Stefan, you wanted WLD, guys. Let me give you some WLD levels quickly. Hold on. Okay, let's get this out here. Let's find some WLD. Hopefully, I've got to get the right chart here. Aha. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's look at some potential target here for WLD. So I dropped this one in the WSOT channel on the Sniper Club today. So a lot of the guys take a look at this guy, and we could see we were getting a formation here. We're getting a double bottom, and look at this again. I want to remind you guys, typical liquidity hunt here. Look at these. Look at these guys. Okay, so you get your double bottom. What do? They fake you out. Then they send it back up. There are lessons here. Every day, there are lessons here. Make sure you are watching this. If you are running your stops directly under these types of zones, look out for those liquidity hunts. Look out for the candle closes. Okay, they do this a lot. This is standard practice for these guys. Okay, so WLD, there you go. That is what you've got there. And let's take a look at some support. Let's take a look at some levels here for us. Oh, that's nice. Okay, 2.25. That is your first line of support that you can use. 2.25. Nice little zone there. Then you've got, 2.2. Big back up here. Okay, so both of these for me, bull zones. Both of these are bullish for me. 2.2, 2.258. Both of those are hot zones there for me on WLD. Then let's take a look at some potential targets. Your easiest play is normally you just bang out some horizontals. Okay, look at that. That's a big level. Okay, that's a potential danger zone there for you. Then you look for some tie-in. Bang. Let's see what we got. No tie-in there with these fibs. So what I would say the horizontal is going to supersede the fibs. So just look out for any pushes into that type of region. Maybe you want to start taking profit, jumping out there. That is a big danger zone there for you. And if you start losing 2.258, well, that's a cut zone. If you start losing 2.2, that's a potential cut zone. Okay, so those are good ones. Rob, AR pull his pants now. Guys, just remember, it changes. You are one trade away. You are one guard candle away here on these altcoins from doubling in size, tripling in size, and fucking sending. Okay, hang in there. Just be patient. Okay, it's coming. Don't get rinsed. I'm telling you, it's coming. Just be patient. Okay, Rainbow's back. Okay. Okay.
I mean,
all the charts are going to be on. All the charts are going to be on Sniper Club. And if you want me to chart things for you tomorrow, drop them in the comments now, directly after the show.
Yes.
Drop in the comments what you want and tell me stuff in the comments. I'll talk to you in the comments. Okay, just drop comments after the show here, guys. I'll see you later. Almost. There it is. Later.
Stacks ruined my account.